Hey people, in GTA 2v2, Calderis Refinery blue side. We have Salt, BadGuy, as a Lord Commissar. Strong offense and support, fights in melee combat, begins with a refractor shield and isn't afraid to shoot his own fellas in the head when they're not doing well enough. Alongside here, Rags as a Warboss melee hero that can walk through objects, very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines, and he's always pretty angry. Look at him. He's a glass half empty kind of guy, I think. Red team, OttomanKing 93 is a plague champion, starts off range combat with a damage over time bolter, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but is very slow and has jawline problems, shall we say. Rounding off the teams is Asmondeus as a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that can leap into combat with some powerful support, disruption and offense. This scheme looks very fancy. Is this recolored something? I don't know, but it looks cool. Yellow and glowy. Very, very Eldar-y. Warlock's going to jump on some shooter boys. Here we go. Somehow, they managed to avoid being knocked over. Warboss will most likely switch targets to those Dire Avengers over there, and the Warlock will chase the shooters as they split and try to get shots off. These fellas have already lost a model. I guess that was from the Dire Avengers range fire. Not sure if this Warlock will get one of these guys down, because he doesn't do a huge amount of damage by default, but he's got that, which is pretty good. Here comes Sluggers though to see him off. Where are the Banshees? I guess they're capping mid. Yes they are. Heretic's gonna come and say hello. Little bit of a meet and greet over there. So on this map we have one player looking after both of the naturals on either side. For the red team it's going to be OttomanKing, and for the blue team it's going to be Rags. So we may see slightly more defensive builds from these two players, maybe looters for Rags to fall back on and hold ground. OttomanKing should be getting havocs up, you would think, against Imperial Guard, but you never know. Here comes the play champion. No war gear yet for any. Oh, we do have the enhanced custom shooter for the Warboss. This is 2.8 by the way, and the Warboss's default sidearm has a shorter range now, so maybe he got the enhanced custom shooter because he wants to shoot stuff from 38 range instead of 26. It's a pretty good weapon though, has that shoot 'em good to disrupt things in a small area. Good stomp from the Sentinel, gets those Banshees off the field. Red team might need to back off here because of that. Heretics worshipping are going to get shot at. There's the retreat, they should be okay. CSM with Eternal War up, gives them 20% more damage both melee and ranged. Helps them pick off those models in tier 1. 463 to 494. Shuriken kind of moving up. Warboss off the field, but here comes that Lord Commissar. Power Sword is on the way. Help him chop through the heavy armor of those Chaos Space Marines. Black Legion over here. Going straight for that Plague Champion though. Plague Champion starts off with quite pathetic melee damage. It's like 8 DPS or something. 6 DPS, something crazy like that. So if you can tie him up, you take away a lot of what he's bringing to his force. Can't stand behind cover when he's got a sword in his face. And of course he can't shoot stuff. Sentinel backing off alongside those guardsmen. Orks in retreat. We have artillery spotters on the way for Salt. And Raptors on the field for OttomanKing. Jump troops with 30 DPS melee damage. And they also suppress things when they land, which is pretty fun. Can suppress a large area too. Merciless Switchblade on the field for Asmondeus' Warlock, and double Shurikens. Heretics with no upgrades for OttomanKing. Does have another squad though, or are they? They have grenade launchers. Sitting here looking after this victory point for now. Plague Champion's back on the field. Needs some healing. Red team have the mid, and they're grabbing this contested power too. Might see Asmondeus push on the east side blue power. Well, we have 6 gens up. We probably have that on the other side too. Nope. Only the 5. Looks like this power got hit. No, didn't even see it. Eldar shields going up. Here comes the Warboss. And there's that shooting good. Stuns in the area. I thought it knocked over and stunned. I guess not. Here come the Raptors. Suppressing the double shooters there, but now counter-initiated by Storm Boys. Sluggers moving in to engage the Heretics with Aspiring Champion. There is use your choppers from the Warboss, getting a cost reduction in 2.8.0. Heretics might go down. User choppers increases the melee skill of the squad by a huge amount, like 65 or something. So you basically can't get a special attack against them, and they do a bunch against you, and a melee damage buff too, I believe. Warboss chasing off the Banshees, trying to get another hit. Can't quite manage it. Warlock gets a good special. And the sluggers leave. What is this? It's that. It's a mortar shell. Artillery spotters do have guns, but you generally don't want them trading in ranged combat because they'll die pretty fast. 200 health per model of infantry. Doesn't last all that long. 416 to 494. 2-to-1 cap for red. Havoc's on the field for OttomanKing now. Lost one of his heretics. And yes, it was those guys with the aspiring champion. I guess they did not get away. Artillery spotters used to throw their smoke on the guarding weapon team, but it stays in play for a little while. Sentinel looking to get in a stomp there maybe, but doesn't want to approach this second shuriken. Havocs are now set up, and it might cause Salt to have to fall back, we'll see. Shuriken has moved up enough to get shots in, suppressing these guardsmen. They can still repair fine though. Are you going to shoot, Mr. Play Champion? I guess not. There we go. Now he's shooting. I woke him up. Tier 2 all around looks like Rags is the first to get there. Could see a quick Death Dread to run in on these Banshees and then sweep across to this power over here. What's this? Raptors and CSM. So red team will take back mid again. Blue team unable to hold. Don't really have many units to help them hold areas right now. No setup teams. Shooters are generally getting jumped. And then it's like a big brawl with the sluggers and the storm boys getting in. Already we see a knob leader for the sluggers. That guy has 65 DPS power melee and a chunk of hit points too. Not a good fight for those Banshees all of a sudden, but now they have their own squad leader, the Exarch, coming up with aspects of strength. Gets the Executioner Spear. Not sure who wins that fight straight up. If they use War Shout well, maybe the Banshees win it because it can mess up melee squads as they try to get into a fight, taking a bunch of hits. 367, 494. Raptor jump, very good one, suppressing a whole bunch of stuff. But now they're in a bad fight with Storm Boys saved by the Warlock. Warp thrown into a grenade, beautifully done by Asmon. Raptors now have their aspiring champion. They are ready to rock. Storm Boys jumping out. Shooter Boys getting away. Good play by the red team. A jump into a warp throw into a grenade. And Orks got like 2v1 there. Pretty bad. There's some Nurgle worship to improve the health regeneration of OttomanKing's units. Another jump. Right into a stomp though. Should have jumped this area over here. But hey. Can't get all your jumps right. 341 to 494. Double cap now for red. Looking pretty strong. Early tier 2. Wow, Salt went straight tier 3, really? Can they hold the power? Holding it right now, red are not taking advantage of this engagement win and pushing on the power, I don't think. I mean, why aren't they? Where's the Havocs? Havocs are here, CSM are here. They should have been on the power, I think. Bright Lance, maybe because the Shuriken wasn't on the field. Could have got a couple of gens there, I think, at least. Storm Boys now have their Nob Leader back. The size of him. Has a heavy melee huge chopper and stuns when he lands on you. It's pretty useful. Chaos Dreadnought hitting the field for OttomanKing. And a Lehman Russ for Salt BadGuy. That is pretty good timing for a Lehman Russ, I must say.
We just need to find an edge.
Yeah, he straight out said rushing tier 3 in a chat there. And he did it in good time. Dark Reapers now hitting the field for Asmondeus. Some range superiority, good firepower, and can suppress with pinning fire. Maybe in anticipation of Nob Squad hitting the field too, since those guys are heavy infantry. 241, 494, some Daka on a power node, and why not? Plague Champion have any war gear? He has the Armor of Pestilence. Warlock now fully kitted out. Cloak of Shadows, Warp Throw as we've seen, and a Merciless Switchblade still in there. What about the Warboss? Oh, it's down. Lord Commissar with his power sword still. Capping the VP, might get that cap too. Here comes the Dreadnought with Mark of Corn to mince some melee Orks, I guess. Including the Warboss himself. He's not going to want to fight that thing. Even with his power claw, he wouldn't really want to fight this thing. See that underslung combi bolter type thing? Does a fair amount of DPS, if I remember correctly. Not that I remember what the DPS is, but it's, you can't just ignore it. Stormboy jump, user choppers and Ard boys. He's been using user choppers quite a lot as Rags with that now increased cost. Wow, that shuriken kind of went down so fast, and a brilliant bomber boys on this blob of light infantry here. That was painful. In fact, I think Dark Creepers are heavy infantry these days. Nice grenade from Asmon, really beautifully done. Stayed in play as long as possible to line that thing up. And gets away, yes, gets away. Nice push though from Rags. Got 2 players out of there and can now cap mid. Well, 1.5 players. We still have some stuff here from OttomanKing. Laz kind of on the way. He must have seen the Lehman Russ. Maybe the Raptors spotted it there. Lots of Daka on the Plague Champion, who does get away. He's level 2 now. Up to 13-14 hit points with the Armor of Pestilence, giving him plus 600. Lehman Russ gone for the Vanquisher, which is the kind of anti-large target. Or anti-single entity, I guess. But hey, he'll happily shoot infantry too. Seems to be hitting terrain all the time though. Here comes a Dreadnought. This is a bad place to be for Shooter Boys. And for Storm Boys, it turns out. They went down. Not sure what he was up to in the back lines there too long. Especially those Shooter Boys moving forward. Lord Commissar with his Fist of Brockus. Do you really want to fight this thing, buddy? I guess he buys time for the tank to get shots. Look at those shots too. That's pretty good range. So Lehman Russ have their, I think their vision range decreased in 2.8. Down goes the tank though. Wow. That thing did work. 232 to 463. Grenade misses. CSM don't want to fight a power fist fella. Good special. It's going to get at least one of them. Very unlucky not to finish the squad off. Those guys down to a single hit point. Can he get a shot with his sidearm? He can, and finishes them off. Some chosen Plague Marines now hitting the field for OttomanKing. These guys are unique to the Plague Champion. Have power melee damage with the damage over time that stacks up nastily on a single entity. Don't have a melee charge. But awesome counter initiation unit with Nurgle's Rot too. Pop it as soon as you think you're going to kill a bunch of models, and you get a bunch of zombies and really turn the tide. Exploding on death, as you can see, and unlike regular Plague Marines, they will heal themselves with their death explosion. Don't think you want to like jog after a tank, those fellas. Like slowly walk after it. It's not going to help you. Warboss is still down. Warlock hits level 3. Sluggers trying to get mid, eating a Destructor there. And here's some Dark Creepers. You see their Exarch at the front with his fancy launcher thing. Oh boy. Rags not paying attention to his sluggers. Eventually gets them out of there. Maybe he just really wanted that decap. Here's a Nob Squad. And the Dark Creepers already in play to face those guys with their Inferno PvP damage, doing good work against heavy infantry. There we see it. Nob Squad do have their Meaner and Greener. Don't have their Nob Leader, but they do have their hammers. And they're pretty huge, I hear. Warlock barely gets away after warp throwing those knobs. Lord Commissar now has stubbornness. Where's his infantry though? Here it comes. We've got plasma guns and some flamers trying to get on that power, I guess. Avatar of Cain on the way for Asmon. Power bashing here from the Lehman Russ. Look how quickly it takes care of those generators. Like 3 shots. And he goes down, I think. Raptors jumping in. Trying to buy time for the chosen Plague Marines to advance. Not a good choice against this Imperial Guard army, I don't think. Help when facing the Orks, and here come some Orks. Banshee's now fleeting in, but they don't want to fight a Nob squad. They're trying to chase down the tank here. 220, 424, triple cap now for blue team. Really coming back into this with the Nob squad up, causing all sorts of havoc. Plague Champion with his Plague Fist. Getting stuck in. It's a heavy melee weapon with the Pestilence Strike, giving awesome defensive buffs around the Plague Champion. It will affect enemies, those defensive buffs too, though. So you've got to be careful. Down he goes. The Nob squad do not care about your Plague Fist, buddy. What was that? A las cannon getting shots? Trying to get shots on artillery spotters over there. Raptors jumping in once more. Nob squad only now being forced to retreat. They stayed in there so long. It just gives your allies and your other units so much of an opportunity to get in there when you send the Nobs in first to soak up everything. So OttomanKing should have got the Bile Spewer. It's a great tool to use against the Nob squad. And not the Fist, because as you saw there, he can't go toe to toe with them. I guess he can use Pestilence Strike to stun them, but then they get massive amounts of range resistance. Bile Spewer and maybe even Blight Grenades or Icon of Nurgle just to help in those big fights. Avatar of Cain is infiltrated for some reason. Why is he infiltrated? I don't know. Oh, it's Cloak of Shadows, dirt. Didn't know it affected non-infantry units. Limerus has been used very well so far by Salt. He's now got some Stormtroopers up with an anti-armor kit. They can use that to go after the Avatar.
A victory point is slipping away.
Triple cap still. 220, 261. Rag's looking pretty depleted though. Only 3 units on the field, but one of them is a Nob squad. Warboss still down over here. Can Salt not get a res? Yeah, Rag's asking for it right there. Soon, apparently. Here comes a Baneblade. So Baneblades in 2.8 now cost slightly more. 800 requisition compared to 700 before, but they do get a damage buff on their main cannon now. And I mean, 100 requisition isn't a lot to pay for a damage increase. 220 to 223, 2-to-1 cap for blue team. There's that pinning fire on the sluggers using their Swampert ability to resist a bunch of that range damage though. Here comes the Nob squad. And they run. Lord Commissar's level 3 getting stuck into some Banshees. Wrath of Cain. Hits. Oh, it does hit the Stormtroopers, sending them flying and suppressing them. Orks pushing through. Some Daka from the Commandos. Nob squad almost taking out the Warlock with one swing each there. They do have their Nob leader now. Limerus almost level 3. Been kept out of trouble so far. Here's a Fire Dragon squad though. Lord Commissar instantly able to get in on them. 208, 218. A decent Wailing Doom there, I think, from the Avatar. Does it want to fight Nob squad though? That's a dead Havoc squad. The Nobs are doing work here. Haven't really dealt with them at all. No Witchblade of Kurnus. We do have Warp Throw though up, of course. Plague Champion, I think, made a mistake going for this Plague Fist. Not going to do a whole lot for him. And there's no heavy bolters, no suppression around to control the Nobs either. So they're going to do a lot of work. This is what happens. You got to invest in countering these guys. So the Dark Creepers are here. They can do some work. Banshees fighting the Nobs now. Frenzy is up though. They love stand-up melee fights on Nob squad because it means they can get full momentum buffs on those hammers. Chaos Predator on the field for OttomanKing, and another one on the way. Baneblade, as you see, is in play. Nicely poised for a big finish here. 176 to 218. Oh, hey. Chosen Plague Marine's got a cap over here. Well done, fellas. They're getting wrecked right now, though. got knocked over into a burner bomb from the commandos and took a whole bunch of damage, but they do get away. Triple cap for red. Now it's up to blue team to push. Where's that knob squad at? They are reinforcing. 15 power each to reinforce. Baneblade is there, ready to push alongside the Leman Russ. Level 3 Leman Russ now. Markov Zinch Predator. There's a Bright Lance, Fire Dragons. They've got some anti-vehicle, that's for sure. Just not sure they have a lot of anti-knobs. At Warp Throat. Dark Creepers now off the field. This will be a good time for the Knob Squad to come back into play. Bright Lance getting shots on the Baneblade. Doesn't seem too bothered right now. Fire Dragon's out of there and the Bright Lance shut down by the artillery spotters. Leman Russ needs to be shooting at the Predator tank, I think. These are 2 Markov Zinch Predators and they're going to chase that thing down and take it out. There we go. Raptors now jumping in. Can tie up these guards who have plasma guns. Baneblade taking a lot of damage now. Getting hunted by 2 tanks and a Bright Lance. Wow, took so much damage. You see these Stormtroopers completely idle, but here comes the Knob Squad to clean up. 101-217. Need to try and get on those tanks if they can to protect that Baneblade a bit. What is this? Oh, Raptors now have melter guns. Some repairs now. Sluggers can also repair, but they seem to be more interested in grabbing this power right now. Here comes the Avatar. Sluggers need to leave. Knob Squad, are they going to... Oh, I'm trying to dodge the Wailing Doom first, I think. Warboss finally gets back on the field. He's got his boss bolt. Is he going to get away? Banshees are chasing. Looks like he has got away. Spent almost the entire game down, it feels like. Uh-oh. Lord Commissar lives. Wow. Got a stubbornness heal there. And put his shield up. And he let him survive. That's an Eldritch Storm. The newly buffed Eldritch Storm. Down goes the Baneblade. Down it goes. 101-178. Another Baneblade on the way for Salt. It was way too far forward there. Should have had it back in this area, I feel like. There's a Nurglite nuke from OttomanKing. The Imperial Abyss. Got stuff away from the VP, I suppose, if nothing else. And now red team can... Oh, you don't want to stand in there, buddy. Now red team can cap. What's a little bit of damage for some Chosen Plague Marines. These guys do have some crazy health regen, as you can see. Helps them heal up between fights. These guys need repairs. And Heretics are on it. 101-158. Special attack from a Warboss. He must be insanely angry. He missed the whole fight. Got his heavy armor and now going for his power claw. Heavy investment in the Warboss from Rags. Needs to pay off late game here. Gets away with Ardboys active. Got double commandos. Wailing Doom is mostly dodged. Some sluggers got hit. Oh, one of the knobs got hit too. Knob Squad now going after the Avatar. Use your choppers is up on them. 76-158. Raptors able to cap here. 63-158. Triple cap though for red. Blue team are on red's natural. What is this? It's some sneaky stormtroopers. Chaos Dreadnought now for OttomanKing. Knob Squad are on capping duty. The Avatar did escape. Here comes the Warboss again. Now getting angry bits. Completely changing his loadout. There's that Pestilent Strike. Using it to escape is the Plague Champion. He would have died so fast if he didn't. Here come Chosen Plague Marines to fight the Knob Squad. Getting a special attack. Look at that. Well done, fellas. Actually stopped the cap there. Knob Squad should be able to finish it though now. There we go. And now get the hell out of there. Excellent push from the red team. Really pinning the blue team back on that east side. Might win them the game that. They got a lot of VPs out of that. Blue team did get a decap. Red team taking it back though for a 2-1. Warboss on the march. Do both of the commandos have... Nope, these guys now getting their nobbled up. The tanks are still out of play over on the west side. Baneblade shooting up a dreadnought. There's that blood rage from the Mark of Thorn. Four VPs remaining for the blue team. Desperation here. Being pinned back again on the east side. They need to get to mid. Red team are taking it. That could be the game if they take it. Banshee's trying to go after the Baneblade. He's got no support whatsoever. Can it shoot at point blank range? Don't think it can. There we go. They do have the game. The red team got the mid, and it was enough to carry them through. Yeah, Rags had a few tough losses over here when he lost those Storm Boys and got those Shooter Boys jumped. Started to kind of turn around then. And the Warboss being down for so long was a strange one. You'd think he would have just paid the 250 to get him back on the field. I guess he was reinforcing a lot or something. Couldn't quite afford it. We had a level 6 Lord Commissar at the end. Stubbornness and Fist of Brockus. The Warboss was alive at the end of the game. Level 4 with Power Claw, Heavy Armor and Angry Bits. With a level 4 Plague Champion with the Plague Fist and Armor of Pestilence. And a level 8 Warlock with some warp throwing shenanigans. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.